Hello everyone and welcome back to our Forge modding tutorial series. And today we are going to take a look at container items. We are going to make a new class for our container item, and then I'll explain what a container item actually is. A container item pretty much is if you have an item and you want it to be used in crafting more often, for example, or if you don't want it to be deleted when you craft it, you can provide itself as a container item, and then it is just a container that has more uses to it than just it being deleted on crafting. So it is for crafting, which means I will make a hammer now that is going to craft stone to, I think it's stone stairs or something, or slabs, and you can use the hammer like 10 times or something, and then it will break. Okay, let's just start with it. So we are creating the class, and why is that taking so long? Okay, we will extend item again. For more information on how items in general work, you can view the item tutorial in the tutorial series, link below in the description, of course. And we're going to add the properties again, same thing for every item, and then we're going to add the group. Tutorial item group start group, and then we have to define default maximum damage. So that's the times that's the maximum times we can reduce the damage, or the how much uses it has per item, basically. So in that case we'll take the number 10, so you have 10 times you can use it before it gets deleted. And then we have to override a function that is called hasContainerItem. Keep in mind to not use the function without the item stack. You need to use the function with the item stack. So basically that keep in mind that there has to be a parameter called stack, which is from type item stack, and we just return true. So this says the API that it basically has a container item, and if that is true, another method will be called, and that is getContainerItem. And here we can return every item or item stack we want. So we could return a completely different item, but we don't want that. So for example, if you want it to not like really be deleted, if you want to have, for example, a hammer that can break but is still as an item, so a broken hammer, for example, then you can after the 10th use, you can, for example, return an item stack with a broken hammer in it, and then you can, for example, make a crafting recipe where you can redo the hammer to a normal, the broken hammer to a normal hammer. So there are so much possibilities with that function. Keep in mind that it's all about crafting. But first of all, we want to make a copy of the current item stack, because we want that to stay the same. So we want the hammer still to be there. We call that final item stack. Holy shit, item stack. And I call that copy because it's a copy of the original item stack. Keep in mind that you have to copy the original item stack, because otherwise it will just overwrite the last item stack, and that is going to be deleted either way. So We don't want that. We want a new item stack with all the same, with exactly the same things in it. And then we are going to test if we can break or damage the item. So that means you have 10 damage points on your item, and then every time you craft, you want to reduce one damage from the item. And for that, we're using the copy item stack to attempt the damage. So we're trying to damage the item. That returns false if the item stack can't be damaged or if all points of damage are negated. That means if it is broken, basically. So that's pretty much it. So that is true if it takes more damage than gap max damage. That means if it has no, basically if your damage points are gone, so if you don't have damage points left, then it will return true. So we can with that check. This is called, so this if branch is called only if the item gets broken. So the item stack basically breaks because there are no damage points left. So for attempt damage item, we put in as first parameter 1 because we only want it to be damaged one times per crafting recipe, and then we have to put in a random. There we can use item.random because the item has a static random that is for RNG stuff. And then we want to put in a damager, which is in that case null. That can be null because we don't have a specified person that damages the item. And if this is a broken item, we want it to shrink once, so we want it to get, we want it to, if you have a stack of like 16 items, then we want it to count down from 16 to 15, so you can put in more than one hammer and it will only delete like one on the stack. So that's basically it. Shrink the stack by 1 and then set the damage to 0 because the next item doesn't have damage like that. So you have for example 2 hammer, and the first hammer is totally damaged, and if you only would shrink it, then the second one would be totally damaged too. So you could use them only one time. So we have to reset the damage basically. That's it. And then we have to, of course, return our copy, otherwise it wouldn't count. And that's basically it. I have made a recipe, stone to stone slab, and a model and language and stuff like that. I think I forgot to put in the texture. I'll do that quickly and then we'll see us in game. Keep in mind to register your item so that it is actually registered and shown in game because I always forget that. So there we are in game. Now we have the hammer and we can now craft stone slabs, and you see it gets damage but it is not deleted on crafting, and we can make stone slabs and more stone slabs and even more stone slabs, and it will certainly break at some point. That's basically it for that tutorial. Thanks for watching. I hope I could help. See you in the next videos. Cheers!